like the cumulative kilogramage in this final is something that is truly amazing. Ridley versus DDD, one for the ages.
Is Ridley going to be able to get around the Gordos? That's my question. Is he going to be able to play around them? Because Ridley's great, and he has that side B, but the Gordos are just... They can be really devastating, especially with characters that have no projectiles to push them back.
Well, at the moment, you're seeing a huge amount of percent on DDD, and Ryan trying to close that gap a little bit. Oh, he's got him. Get in my belly.
Get in my belly. Spit him right out. Just getting some free damage, really.
Oh, look at that. That forward smash really packs as much of a punch as Ganon's sword, but the range on it, a little tragic.
Oh, he's trying to get some reads there. He's trying to get some big reads in terms of rolling back into that F smash, but he's not allowing it to happen.
Oh! He read that really, really well and didn't give Ryan much of a choice.
Was that a little taunt? Was that a little taunt?
I believe so. A little frame perfect taunt coming out. But now he's feeling himself a little bit, but that forward smash not getting the sweet spot. Coming back in and wants to try and build a percentage lead, but Ryan won't be quite sure how this matchup really works. He hasn't played the Ridley before.
I feel like the matchup, even though Ryan has been playing so strong today, I feel like the matchup's getting to him. He just doesn't know how to play around Ridley yet.
Well, he just seems to be struggling a little bit against it. And these big smashes that normally would yield to kills, he's not got that commanding stage presence that we've seen with some of the other characters.
No.
Where you see him just throwing out the Gordos and ready to keep things going. Another up smash.
I feel like
putting
Ridley's
the percentage in
faster.
Ponniah's favour. And perhaps, is it the stage that's doing it? But Ryan has a really, really big lead to fill here. Unless he can very, very confidently take this stock and get some damage back in the next one, it's going to be looking very, very rough for him.
He needs to clear this.
A really good roll there. Oh! Beautifully timed. A smash so hard that Ridley has been Thanos. He's dust now. But that might do it for the second stock. 173. That's so much rage for a DDD.
Come on, grab just not enough.
He's trying to look for that smash, but what? Oh, it gets him
Ryan's
with these running aerials.
As much damage as possible.
Rises
here.
majestically back to the ledge, and Ridley looking for a kill, but perhaps Ponniah is just looking a little bit on the ropes here for that forward smash.
You know what? King DDD could even walk into Ridley's side B off edge in order to SD and bring it back to a level.
Well, it depends. Remember that Ridley can still break out of the grapple and use his recovery, but this percentage. What was originally a lead is now closing up, and DDD using that rage to just even equal it out.
I told you those.
Don't count this man out! The king of the clutch, Ryan Power.
Oh!
Nearly 200% and still getting these grapples off, and it looks like Ponniah might be a little bit rattled. Ryan getting the read!
Whoa!
He's getting the read of the matchup.
Great DI though, I've got to say.
Oh! It's the Gordo work again!
Oh, I didn't even expect that to bend down that low.
198, and it just feels like he's going to use the command grab to even things back out, but kudos to Ryan with such a commanding lead from Ponniah's Ridley to begin with, coming back and making him look like he's on the ropes. This is something that we really didn't expect looking at this the early parts of this game.
This is right back to even stock.
Oh!
Even damage.
Oh my god, my arsehole puckers when that forward smash comes out.
Let's see what's going on.
And we did see a hole by Begonias. This just they're swinging left and right. The rafters are just that's so much damage from those fireballs. He takes a full salvo in there. Oh, gives him the suck.
Suck. Oh, Ridley's going to punish that dash attack.
Shout out to my boy Oscar who couldn't be here today. Really good, great recovery mix up there.
Really good. I don't think we've seen that mix up from Ryan so far.
No, but he knows he's going to have to do. He's using those down tilt rolls. Really good air dodge from Ponniah. It's fantastic. And now back with the advantage on the stage. Those fireballs looking to gimp him.
Has he gimped himself? I don't think he has a jump left.
No!
He doesn't have a jump left.
That was incredibly well controlled off the back.
Yes.
He needed to cancel the DDD jump in order to get close, but that will be one score for Ponniah's Ridley. But from having such a commanding lead.
My goodness, I just can't fathom. I literally cannot fathom the fireballs. Ryan obviously knew they were coming. He jumped into them. He gimped himself slightly. He still had a few jumps left, but he kind of spaced out to try and avoid the second lot of fireballs, which then caused his untimely demise. So a mistake from Ryan there, who was playing really well for the majority of that matchup.
The first stock, he was just getting a feel for the matchup, suffered a lot, and Ponniah got very far ahead and really capitalized on the lead. It looked like he was taunting. He was conquering.
He was confident.
And then that second stock, Ryan sitting over 150% for at least a solid minute, just comboing, using the stage control that we've seen him use the whole time, which has made him so dominant in this entire competition.
He just needed that stock. And you know what? Going into this second game, I reckon he has used that stock to analyse what Ridley can do, how Ridley moves, and I think we're going to see a proper game here from Ryan now.
I would not count out Ryan Power. I'd like to see a game 3 just because watching this is so entertaining. Smashville, a little smaller, and the weight division still not down that forward smash. They're just... no respect for just how we might be feeling watching this.
Ooh, Ponniah going for the read there.
What we've been saying very commonly in here is you do not challenge that super DDG jump. No. Ponniah himself said that whilst he was watching the Ollie versus Ryan game, he says, I don't want to play against Ryan's DDD.
No, absolutely.
Ooh! Oh, it's a berry! And that gets him a little extra percentage that closes that gap, but Ridley not down and out yet.
That was unusual. I wasn't expecting that. And I've got to say, that Ridley, when he sits down on you, he bloody sits down on you. Even your Ganondorf, you were trying to contest it with aerials, and there's no chance. He's got hyper armor on that, so you have to be so careful. And again, with the dash attacks, Ryan's been really fond of these, and he's really capitalising on the kind of the range and how long they last.
Well, he's got such a good mix-up, you see here. Unfortunately, his inhale will not work against Ridley's fireballs as there's too many of them, but he's got a really, really good mix-up of when to approach. This is a great string of 3 attacks, 50%.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ponniah has got to...
He's thinking about how to get back on the stage, being held off for so much stage coverage with these abilities, but he gets back down.
Ryan's comfortable playing at this kind of percentage.
Ryan's had worse. We saw him at nearly 200% still making it. And that stage control, that platform actually working in Ryan's favour and stopping him from coming in and attacking him from above, using it so none of the hitboxes can get down. And Ridley can't get words in edgeways!
Oh my goodness, 2 stocks down to Ryan's 3.
Ryan's feeling himself.
I think Ryan loves to play around the rage mechanic because rage works so well.
He has positioned himself beautifully, and Ponniah just can't get in. That command grab
the DI, though.
It doesn't take it off. The DI tries to challenge the super DDD jump, but that forward smash will take it away. Now, can we see something equivalent to what Ryan did to Ponniah last game? The shoe is on the other foot.
Oh, I'm not sure. What I will say...
He's going in deep. He really, really wants to try. He wants to end this now so they can get into that game 3 and it can just be... Oh, come on! Good Lord! God. What is happening in there?
Look at this. Ryan has got 2 stocks. He's at 25%. He used the first stock from the first game to get to know the matchup, to get to know Ridley. He now knows it. He's capitalising on what he can do.
He picked that stage. He picked the Smashville because he knew that central platform would just give him that cover where he could really capitalise on that.
He can cover the ledge. He can cover the platform above him. With that kind of forward smash, it's just
not just the hammer covering not only through the top of the platform, but onto the ground, and the shockwave in front of it as well.
Exactly.
With a bouncing Gordo as well, the amount of hitbox in front of you.
And Ridley's not small. Ridley is not small, so any part of his hitbox...
He is too big for Smash.
He is officially too big for Smash.
Too big for Smash, but now...
What kind of counter...
Hey, look, I got my game 3. Don't call me the prophet on the mic, but I got my game 3.
Wow,
and this, as we've said all tournament, we've got a game.
Sorry about the camera, keep flicking to that. But here we go. So 1 apiece from Ryan and Ponniah. You know what I've noticed actually? Ponniah hasn't respected King DDD's up B yet, because when he lands, he does send stars out either side, which can kind of hit you slightly. A really light attack. But Ponniah is trying to space out his King DDD up B and punish him for it, but it's impossible because those stars will interrupt any smash that you've got charged. But
speaking of which, look at this commanding percentage lead. Ponniah needs to land and try and get some hits in, but Ryan, Battlefield, a favourite of his, whether or not Ponniah has known this, Ryan's had a lot of success against some of the higher bracket players on Battlefield with his DDD. Again,
God,
the stage control... The stage control is unreal, and this man is just...
Go for another. Oh,
thought he was going to get that. Mike, why has Ponniah chosen to stick with Ridley here? That's what I want to know. I want to know, does Ponniah not feel confident enough into counter-picking into the DDD?
Well, he could counter-pick with Link potentially, but his Ridley has had better results through the tournament. But it just feels like this matchup's got him a little bit rattled. He needs to get a feel for the stage. But as you can see with Battlefield, the minute that you get above, things get tough.
Yeah.
And for Ryan here,
I feel like DDD can capitalise on that more. I feel like DDD can definitely capitalise. He can't up B onto the side like he could in Smashville, but...
Oh, that roll going just through it. And lucky for Ponniah to time that so well.
He can cover those platforms still. With
Every time he tries to use these projectiles. Oh, it's beautifully well spaced through the platform. Understanding that and now sitting on the rage. Can Ponniah bring this back to an even amount?
Ponniah really wants to take this. Oh, good spot dodge through that.
Ryan he needs to just get that confidence back again that he was showing at the start of the game that allowed him to get through that. Because currently, Ponniah feeling himself a little bit here.
Is Ponniah learning? Is Ponniah doing a Ryan?
I think he just needs the confidence in order to do it. He just needs that confidence because Ryan, when he was feeling confident, here we go, 40% for a heavy, not a lead that he can't make up.
King DD so strong at the moment. His Gordos are going to suffer on the Battlefield stage
because they can't cover the ledge as effectively.
87, but we saw Ponniah come back from a lead of this percentage size.
He knew to interrupt him then.
The stars, but the tail whip. A really good range on that.
Oh, has he been gimped?
Bouncing with the mix-up. Oh, not quite, but Ponniah choosing to save, respect, and cover with the dash attack punish.
Look at that spacing. Ponniah's trying to get the spacing right, but he hasn't quite figured it out yet. He hasn't quite figured out how far those stars go.
Oh, there it is. It could have been a deja vu, but we're not going to get that just yet. Oh, there it is. He's punishing that forward smash lag.
Ryan maybe not being so as aggressive now. He's trying to take his time, think about exactly what he's doing.
See, I think Ryan's momentum is caught off a little bit as Ponniah starts to get a read for his positioning and where he's going. He uses the fireball to hit him up, and that will, with no DI.
He has been shaken. Let's see what's going to happen.
Ryan's got to find that confidence that allowed him to almost take game one away in the first place and bring it back. If he can reset to neutral now, this is anyone's game.
The Gordo, he's got to take this second stock in order.
Ponniah with commanding use, he's just trying to... There we go, he's got a command... Oh! It's the tail with 71% lead! And that has immediately made it so that it's very hard to get back.
It's not impossible. We've seen
That is a
Ryan do
beautiful
great things.
understanding of the distance on that ability and the first time that we've seen a skewer.
He's been saving it. He's obviously been saving it. He knows that he can pull it out at any time. He's been holding it off for the game.
A really good mix-up, but that will set it back 100%. It's not unachievable, but he will be at a disadvantage against the Ridley now.
That was a great read by Ryan there. He knew he was going to jump.
Here.
But he's on the ledge. This is a bad place for him to be.
The command grab. Gordo spaced perfectly to bounce on the edge there, using that forward smash and charging up.
Ooh, let's see.
Tail whip brings it out. Oh, it's the up smash! Takes it away!
Oh my goodness.
And that was Ponniah through to the final, and Ryan's journey ends here, but what a journey it was.
My goodness.
Never have I seen a command of a character like that, but it was purely that skewer that just tipped the balance there. 71%.
Just craziness. Absolute craziness. Ponniah, I feel like, was really struggling with the DDD matchup once Ryan had become familiar with it. But towards the end, he started to learn the spacing, he started to learn what to do, how to avoid the Gordos, and Battlefield was such a good choice for stage in order to stop those Gordos from bouncing right on the ledge and giving DDD the space he needs to recover.